For if Joshua had given them rest, God would not have spoken later about another day. Therefore, a Sabbath rest remains for God's people. For the person who has entered his rest has rested from his own works, just as God did from his. Let us then make every effort to enter that rest, so that no one will fall into the same pattern of disobedience. If you could sum up those phrases with two verses, look at verse 9. He says, therefore, Sabbath rest remains for God's people. Flip back to verse 3. For we who have believed enter that rest. So therefore, Sabbath rest remains for God's people. For we who have believed enter that rest. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Father, we love you. We thank you for who you are, God. We thank you for everybody here. Ask that you bless them. That you bless their families. Ask that you give them peace in their soul. Give them rest in their soul. Lord, relax their mind. Help their mind focus on your word. Focus on you. God, just as we struggle with life, we struggle with issues in our life, things going on around us, give us peace. Give us rest. Just let us rely on you and lean on you. Thank you for your word, God, strength. Thank you that it's living and active, it's sharper than any two-edged sword. God, we need your word. We need you. We need you. Without you, we're nothing, God. We're nothing without you. Everybody here doesn't know you, we ask that you save them this morning. Give them that rest and that peace that comes with knowing you. And Lord, as believers, ask that you just deal with us all. Lord, let us leave here focused on you, focused on sharing the gospel, focused on making disciples, and just focused on what you want us to do. Help us be the people that you created us to be. That's what we want to be, God. We believe in the power of your Holy Spirit. We believe in the power of your resurrection. We ask that you move this morning in a mighty, mighty way. We ask in Jesus' name we love you. Don't be seated. A Sabbath rest remains for his people, for those who believe. So a few things we want you to see. The first thing is that God calls it his rest. Look at verse 1. He says, therefore, while the promise to enter his rest remains. Let us fear that none of you should miss it. Verse 1, he says it's his rest, is what the writer is saying. Look at verse 3. He says, for we who believe enter the rest, in keeping what he has said. So I swore in my anger they will not enter my rest. In verse 5, he says, again in that passage, he says, they will never enter my rest. And in verse 10, he says, for the person who has entered his rest, talking about God's rest, is rested from his own works, just as God did from his. Notice the difference in the passage. One of his is capitalized, one of his is not. So it's God's rest. Think about God. I mean, we may let James stay over at my in-laws tonight. And we're fretting about it. We're worried about it. We've never done that before. We never let him stay away from us. So worried about that. You think God sits in heaven and he's like, oh man, you think he worries that is Ben Copeland going to preach the words that he's supposed to preach? Do you think he frets about that and worries about that? Do you think he says, the president just sent out this proclamation about bathrooms and transgenders and all that. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. You think God does that? No, God does not do that. God is all-knowing. He is all-powerful. He is in total control, and he is resting in his control and in his confidence. He is all-knowing. He's in total control. And when God is in control of your life, when you're totally obedient and trusting in him, when there's perfect submission right there, perfect submission, your soul is at rest because it is fully confident in God, who is fully confident in himself. God is not worried about anything because he knows he is in control. He created everything. He can do anything he wants to do. God is fully confident in ourselves. And when we are fully confident in God and perfectly submitted to him, then we are resting in him. Resting in him. Take your Bibles and turn to Matthew 11. This is the classic passage on Christ and rest. Matthew 11. Most of you have heard this verse before. Matthew 11. Verse 28 through 30. Jesus says, come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened. Some of your translations may say, all of you labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. All of you, take up my yoke and learn from me, because I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. I like the way the Amplified Version puts this passage. Amplified really amplifies the passage. He says, come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden and overburdened, and I will cause you to rest. I will ease and relieve and refresh your souls. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am gentle, I'm meek, and humble, I'm lowly in heart. And you will find rest, relief, and ease, and refreshment, and recreation, and blessed quiet for your souls. For my yoke is wholesome, it's useful, it's good, it's not harsh, hard, sharp, or pressing, but it's comfortable, gracious, and pleasant. And my burden is light and easy to be borne. It's God's rest. So we come to Him. Jesus says, come to me, and I will give you rest. Where is your soul this morning? Is your soul in turmoil? One is, if you died today, would you know that you would be in heaven? Without a shadow of doubt. If not, your soul is in turmoil. There's no rest there. There's no rest. Maybe you're a believer and you're struggling with things. Your soul's it's uneasy. Things have you down. Jesus says, come to me, and I'll give you. Come to me. Come to me. He says, this is my rest. Learn. This is who I am. I'm confident. I'm confident in myself. Confident in myself. Second thing I want you to know is the promise to enter His